I don't think success means what most people think it means. And that changes quite a lot as you get older. Because if you spend any time online at all, especially in the make money online space, you'll see certain types of lifestyle being sold constantly. The watches, the cars, the designer labels, the private jets, the luxury apartments. And I get why people use that in marketing. Status sells, let's be honest. Or at least if it doesn't sell, it grabs attention. But I want to talk about something a little bit more like reality today. Something that's changed for me over time. Hi, I'm Leslie, and if you don't know me, I'm here online building an income through affiliate marketing and sharing my journey as I go, which allows me to help other people do the same in a very simple and grounded way. And I think my view on success has changed quite a bit over the years. There was a time I was a burnt out mum at the time, trying to look like I had it all together. But honestly, it was exhausting. And I think that's where a lot of this started to change for me. Because the older that I get, the less all of that status stuff matters. In fact, it's almost gone the other way. I've downsized my house, I've downsized my garden, and I want less now, not more. Because freedom doesn't really look like owning more things, material things, consuming stuff. That is not what I'm looking for. For me, success is looking like having more of your time, more of your choices, and more peace in your head. And that matters far more to me now than impressing anyone. And admittedly, when I look back, I didn't think I was impressing anyone. I was just running with a crowd that we all had nice things, whatever they might be, a nice house, beautiful gardens, lovely cars, designer clothes, going into London for the day to have a shopping spree. I can't think of anything worse now. And the other thing is, when you're younger, there's more pressure to actually prove yourself, to look like you're doing well, to hit certain milestones, and not only hit the milestones, but keep them up. But life has a way of humbling you a bit over time. There's responsibility, there's stress, loss to deal with, real life on a day-to-day basis. And you do start to see things differently. You begin to realize a lot of what people chase doesn't actually bring peace. And it doesn't bring happiness either. I know a lot of wealthy people, and I don't know any of them that are actually so happy, which really, in the big picture, is kind of sad. But realizing all of this, one of the other things is, of course, peace has become the thing you value the most. And if I'm honest, my own life has had quite a few of those turning points. After living in Dubai for 10 years, success was everywhere around us, and life ran at a completely different pace as an expat. When we moved back to England in 2018, I really noticed the contrast. Life actually felt like it was slowing down. Well, it was. There was no 12-lane highways, no constant traffic. And in Dubai, the roads were lit up like a city that never really switched off. And sometimes it genuinely felt like life didn't either. During the week, we were early to bed because the children had to be up for school at 7:30. They had to be in registra for 7:30, registration. And their days were long, often not getting picked up until 6:30, quarter to 7 in the evening. And yes, there was school and after school activities. Homework was done before leaving school. This was prep. But even with all of that, the days still felt long for them. Gosh, they felt long for me by the time I'd picked them up and we'd gone home and we'd had dinner. When we came back to England, a few things had changed. Our son was still in Dubai finishing university, and our daughter was in England at university, which meant we were, I think the expression is, empty nesters. And we started dreaming of weekends away, long walks in the countryside, slowing things down a bit and actually enjoying life rather than just moving through it. And then life changed again. My husband passed away, and the last few years have been incredibly stressful in a way I wouldn't wish on anyone. And at times it has brought a lot of anxiety too. There was selling the family home, which was hard because it was letting go of 30 years of my past with my husband, downsizing. So that again meant cutting off so many things from my past because at least 50% of the stuff that I had, I couldn't bring with me. I was moving to another part of the country and trying to reset life in a completely different way. And now I'm here. Things are finally starting to settle down. The stress is easing, which is wonderful. And success, wow, well, success, it looks very different now. It's mornings at the gym, it's country walks when I can take time. It's making time to actually see friends and family properly. And it's going to bed at night without that constant background worry about house repairs or what might go wrong next or how big will my utility bills be. Can I afford to put the heating on for the next month? And I think that's the point where my idea of success really changed, because it stopped being about how life looks from the outside and started being about how it feels to actually live in it. Freedom for me now looks very ordinary from the outside, and I don't care because this is my life. And one thing I've learned is you only get one shot at this, so you have to do it for you. And for me, it's being able to take a Wednesday morning off without asking anybody. It's being able to go and stay with family if they need me. And it's sitting with a cup of tea and not feeling that constant pressure in the background about money. It's flexibility, it's choice, and it's breathing space. That's what I value now. And the funny thing is, it's hard to even put a price on that. Because what's the value of being able to structure your own day? What's the value of not sitting in traffic every morning, going somewhere you don't want to be? And what's the value of just feeling a bit more secure when life throws something unexpected at you? And that is the part that people don't talk about enough, because money itself usually isn't the real goal. The goal is what money allows you to do. It gives you security, it gives you options. It's a bit of calm in the background. And I think most people reach a certain point in life that they are starting to feel that now. And I don't mean in a greedy way, just in a real life way, because everything feels more expensive. Life is less predictable, and it's certainly less stable than it used to be. And when I think about it, I think I'm probably the last generation who will say, yes, we had the good days, we had the best of everything, because I think we did. And even people who did all the right things are finding that retirement or long-term security isn't as simple as it once was. So for me, building online has never been about luxury cars or flashy lifestyles. Honestly, that's never interested me. It's about not relying on just one income stream, not relying on just one system, and not putting everything into one basket and hoping it works out. And not having to rely on my children later in life when I'm old and decrepit and I run out of money and I can't take care of myself. So it's about building something that gives me a bit more resilience and a bit more choice. And I want that breathing space in the years ahead. And I think many people quietly want the same thing. Not to become rich for the sake of it, but to feel less trapped and less stretched. And the other thing is less controlled by schedules that they didn't choose. And I think when you look at it like that, everything starts to change a little bit, because you stop chasing what looks good and you start building what actually feels good and what feels right. Time, health, freedom. And honestly, health is our true wealth. It's just one of those things we take for granted until suddenly we haven't got it. And that's what I'm really working towards now. And I think success starts to look very different when you stop measuring it through other people's eyes. Now, if you've enjoyed this, and feel free to hit that subscribe button and follow along. And if you want to see the program that I use to build my online income, I've dropped the link in the description below, and you can take your time and have a look at it. And I'll see you on the next one.